One good thing about a movie about running is that it's good motivation for me to get out in the next few weeks and actually start running. Race, starring Stephan James, Jason Sudeikis, for some reason Jeremy Irons, and directed by Stephen Hopkins. The film is a biopic about the life of Jesse Owens leading up to the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. The movie starts with him going to college and leads to his unprecedented performance at the Games. The film also tries to capture the story of the 1936 Olympics and the divisive nature competing in the Games caused in the United States. The trouble with Race is that it doesn't know the story it wants to tell. If this movie was supposed to be about the life of Jesse Owens, or a slice of his life, then it should have just focused on him. If the film wanted to be about the 1936 Olympics, then it should have solely focused on the Games. Each story can't be told without the other, but the focus should have been shifted for a more coherent film. Since this movie was sold as a story about Jesse Owens, the story elements about the actual Olympic Games should have been shifted. Stephan James does a great job in his portrayal of the track star. The actual competitions are exciting and tension-filled. Hopkins does a good job of capturing the excitement and loneliness a runner feels before competing. Hopkins was also able to make one of the most boring events, the long jump, into something exciting. I just wish there was more actual racing in a movie called Race. But yes, I get the other meaning for the movie as well. There should have been more events leading up to the Olympics about how Owens made it to the Games, instead of how the US almost didn't compete in them. There is also a strange storyline about how Owens was unfaithful to his wife before they were married. It tries to humanize him and show he isn't perfect, but that story isn't needed for this film. If the film wanted to focus more on Jesse Owens as an actual character, then it should have cut out the Olympic political storyline. The politics behind the Olympics and how the US decided if we should compete in the 36 Games is an interesting story, but it should be its own movie and not displayed here. Jeremy Irons plays Avery Brundage, a prominent New York architect and champion of amateur sports. He wanted the US to compete in the Games and thinks the competition should be the main focus. The purity of the Games should be maintained and not sullied by politics. This, of course, was never the case, and the Olympics have always been used as a political tool, at the expense of the athletes. This story itself could be an entire movie, and would be an interesting one, but not coupled with the life of Jesse Owens. He would have to be a part of a movie about the 36 Games, but not the only part. Race could have easily focused more on the story between Jesse and his coach, played by Jason Sudeikis. Sudeikis does a good job in one of his first dramatic roles, and shows he can be more than just a comedy lead. The training montages were well done, and I believed he was a track coach. Overstriding is death for the sprinters. The dynamic between them was explored well in the film, but there could have been more. Every time the movie went away from the two of them at the track, I wanted the film to shift back to Sudeikis and James. Race overall is an enjoyable film to watch. If you like historical biopics, or just sports films in general, then this movie is worth seeing. It is disappointing in the fact that the film could have been better if it focused more on a singular aspect of the story. This should have been about Jesse Owens and his fantastic performance at the Olympics. The focus on the actual Olympics wasn't needed for the film. With Race now available for rental, have you seen it? Do you like sports or biopic films? What is your favorite sports biopic? Comment and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.